New hat. What do you think? I think it's pretty awesome. Pretty diabolical. I saw it online. I just had to have it. I'm pretty happy. I'm really gonna increase the collection of like dad hats that I find online, and try to find some more at a decent price. Because this one was like I think I spent like $30 on this hat, but I just had to have it. But anyways, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Ruben. I like to talk about all things faith, fitness, and hobbies, particularly Pokemon cards and collecting. But today I want to talk about more on the fitness side of things, is just how to lower expectations from where you're at right now in your fitness level to where you were at. And this is particularly like, hey, like if you were really fit in the past, life happened, and now you're here, you really need to like reset the bar for yourself. That's what I have to do. I did it yesterday because yesterday I felt sorry for myself all day, most of the day from work with the workout I did. But I'm trying to set a new bar, new standard for myself. And then maybe I'll get back to that level. Maybe. Who knows? Also, I want to go over a couple of cards I sent out for grading. A few cards. Hopefully, we get some PSA 10s, so this way you have some cash flow to buy more cards to just kind of increase the eBay store, as well as to, just have more in the collection. So we're going to get those back probably in December. I'll go over that at the end of the video. But yeah, so as far as expectations of where you were in your fitness level to where you're at now, anecdotally, I am, like, for a fact, I'm not as fit as I once was 7 years ago. 7 years ago. That's a joke that guys in my Bible study make all the time. I just said it. I didn't even realize it. Anyways, but yeah, man, I was pretty fit. I was running sub 6-minute miles around there, averaging in workouts. I'd be running like sub 145, like 400-meter runs. Like this is like in a CrossFit workout, like sub 145 pace 500-meter rows. Just cooking it, like being able to do all the gymnastics movements, no problem. Decently strong. I think my strength somewhat maintained. But yesterday, we had a workout. I had a workout. It was 2, 3, 5, and 10. And then repeat 2, 3, 5, and 10. Maximum weight for each set that you do. Rest as much as you need for each set. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, all right, maybe 365, maybe 355. I put 315 on my back, and I did it for 2, and I was like, this is all I got. And the whole time, I was literally going to quit. I was literally going to stop working out because I could barely hit 335. I did it for 1. I was like, I can't do this for another rep. I did 335 for 1 rep. I was like, nope, I'm just going to make 315 my first set of 2. And I carried on with the workout, lowering the weight and just doing the rep ranges. And then halfway through the workout, I was like, why am I going to quit? Why am I going to stop because I can't do a weight I once, or I said to myself in my head? Like I had this expectation of like, I need to hit this weight because I've hit this weight before. And I basically like made an ultimatum. Like if I can't hit this weight, like all or nothing mindset, then you suck and you shouldn't squat anymore. And when I proceeded to think that, I was like, if I don't just do the work, I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to get back to that weight or to the strength I was at before if I have this attitude. So I humbled myself, I lowered my expectations, and I straight up just did what I felt like I could do to the best of my ability. I did 315 for 2. I did 295 for 3, 275 for 5, 255. And then on the next set, I felt a little bit better. I just went up 10 pounds from the previous sets. So 325, 305, 285, 265. And I felt good. And I was like, man, I did it. This is a step closer to getting stronger again. And I think we can get so hard on ourselves. And I know I get so hard on myself. Like if I have an expectation of rowing a sub 150 500-meter row and I can't do it because I just instantly, it stings and it hurts and I just mentally can't do it, man, it just makes me feel really bad because I have this standard in my head and I need to let go of it. And it brings me back to when I first started working out and I first started really working hard on myself, really training hard, making sure I got my cardio days in, 2-a-days in for I was really trying to train. And I remember as a young man, 22, 23 years old, I didn't have expectations. I had an expectation to just do it because I know that would make me a step closer to be a fitter person, a fitter individual for the tests to come, right? And competing. And that guy just didn't care. He just did the work because he loved it. He loved doing the work. And he didn't have an expectation. He had an expectation to just do it and not quit. And to really hold a high standard of like eating right. And man, I'm like the complete opposite now, which is like, why? Why am I like that now? And I think it's because because you care less about those things because you have other important things in your life. You have work, you have your family, you have your hobbies, you have all these your ministry, whatever it is. You have all these things that are like weighing on you that you're holding up, and then like this thing that you know that you're capable of doing isn't at the same standard as it once was. And that makes me feel bad because it makes me feel like crappy, but the only reason why it makes me feel crappy is because truthfully, it's because I'm comparing myself to others I see online. I'm seeing other people do it or be really fit and maintain their level of fitness. It's like, man, I'm not them. I'm just not them. I'm also not 25 anymore. Everyone that I'm watching is like really like under 25. Like I have this guy, Pablo's his name, a coworker of mine, doing an Ironman, really fit, awesome dude by the way. I love him, but he's crushing it. He trains like so often. I'm like, man, I wish I had, but he doesn't have a kid. He doesn't have the same responsibilities I have. He also has the time to dedicate. And if I think back when I was 22, 23, I had the time to spend all day at the gym because I had a part-time job. I worked retail. Of course I could spend in the morning in the gym, go work my job, go to the gym afterwards. That was it. That's all I did in life. And because what else are you going to do at 22, right? I didn't have any other responsibilities. So the comparison is what's killing me, which I need to stop doing, and I just need to do the work. I just need to do it. Because why am I doing this? And this could be an answer for you too. Why are you working out? Why are you trying to stay fit? It's because you're doing it to stay fit for your family. To stay fit maybe just for yourself. Staying fit and achieving a high level of fitness are two different things. And just because you can obtain a high level of fitness doesn't mean you're going to stay. I guess it can. What I'm trying to say is like you don't have to keep chasing this high level in order to stay fit. You could just stay fit, make sure you work out, eat right, get enough sleep, make sure you handle your stressors, well, all of that instead of just shooting for the stars because you just don't have the time for it anymore. I don't have the time for it anymore. And this is mainly this is more of like a self-talk video. Like I'm trying to work myself up to hey, just chill the frick out, man. Chill out. You squatted 315 for 2. Nobody does that. Nobody that you know does that. You either have majority of the people you meet every day on the street doesn't do that. They don't do that. They don't have the capability to do that or the strength or the willpower to do it. You're doing it. You got up and you did it. I was like, yeah, duh. So that just humbling myself, just doing the work is what I'm going to be doing moving forward. And not just half-assing it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability and how I feel. Like today I did a workout. I didn't do it for time. And I focused on quality. And I made sure I just got the work in. I'm like, cool, great. I feel good. Tomorrow's another day. Let's see what tomorrow's in store. So that's really it. And I got to say, I'm a little proud of myself. I'm not trying to puff myself up. I'm just proud of myself because I'm at a different stage of life right now. And this is how it should be. I'm okay with this. I will work back up. And if I get to that level of fitness again and exceed it, great. But that's only because God allowed it, right? And that's what I'm trusting. Truly. That's what I'm really trusting. So yeah, that's the fitness spiel. Kind of a rant, kind of a self-talk, self-pep up. Pep up? Yeah, whatever. But anyways, let's talk about what I sent out for grading. The first card I sent out was a Nintendo promo Pikachu e-reader card. Is it Skyridge? I don't remember. I have it popped up here. I think in my last video where I went over my collection, I found this at a card show, and I was walking around because I already have one. I was going to send out for grading for my personal collection. And it would have been like a 6 because it has, it's white, it's old. I had it in a tin for all my life, but I saw this one minty. Front was minty, no scratches on it. The back, no whitening at all. And I'm like, man, I passed. My friend finally came, and I showed it to him, and he's like, yes, get it. Because if it grades a 10, that's like a $1,200 to $1,400 card, depending on, who wants to buy it for that much. At least I'll get $900, which is a lot of capital to then put into more card grading and stuff like that. And the card pays for itself, regardless if I get an 8 or a 9, which is great. So that's the first card. The second card, I have was it Crown Zenith? I believe it was a Crown Zenith promo card out of like the box, like a big box of I don't know. I had like a Kyogre and I think a Rayquaza, whatever you want to call it. That card, super hard to grade. It's up here. Super minty. I kind of looked, I think the story behind this was I saw it on Facebook Marketplace for a PSA 10 for $72. I wanted to buy it, didn't have any money to buy it. It sold. I was like, dang. I looked it up at that time if it was a good card price to buy it at. I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty good. Yeah, I guess it's worth $70. Man, and I saved it in the app I use, and I looked like a month or two later, it was like $150. I was like, get out. This card, I'm going to find a few. Found like 5 or 6 on eBay, purchased like 4 of them. 3 of them were off-centered or had like that little white speck on the corner, which was disappointing, but this one, centering was perfect. Obviously, the hollow was no scratches, and the back, no whitening. Sent that out. Hopefully, I'm praying that gets a 10, because that's like it's up to like $190, $200, which is really awesome. And then last but not least, I have a Sleepy Pika trainer gallery from Lost Origins, I believe. I forget the trainer name, but awesome looking card. Probably one of my favorite cards. This is the one card I'm kind of like, I kind of want to keep it because it looks cool. I like it. The hollow is really nice. This grades a PSA 10. It's going to be around a $400 card, which would be pretty cool. Maybe I'll hold it for a couple of months to see if it goes up in price. I think Lost Origin trainer gallery cards are going to go up. It's so speculative, though. I don't know, and I don't know if holding on to it would be a good idea because that means I'm just, like, I have less I have less capital to get cards. We'll see. We'll make that decision based off of, like, how the Pikachu does and how the Rayquaza does. Because that one, I'm definitely sure that's going to be a PSA 10. Centering was perfect. Brand new card. No white speck on the corners. I hate that about some prints. Just that little stupid print. Because when they cut the cards, I guess it nicks the corner a certain way. And it just rips the corner off. I don't know. So those are the cards I'm sending out to get graded. Hopefully, I'll have a high amount of capital. I know I'm making money on them. That's not the point. The point is to increase capital to then increase collection, and just to roll over into more cards to grade. And then hopefully, my goal for the next year, for 2026, is to have a collection. The net worth is like 10 to 15K. Not like hoarding products or anything like that, just like actual cards, right? Because those are just going to be assets in the long term as well as just like cards I like to have. And again, not hoarding, but stuff that I can always keep, liquidate later. Maybe DJ gets them, right? So that'd be cool. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. That's the end of the video. That's what we're going over. We went over fitness, a little bit of cards, and that's it. Sorry, it's been a while just because I was sick and life and is what it is. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.